So I did it. I quit. This is Life in Art. I'm Dawn Okoro and I'm an artist. I am entering a new chapter in life. I've just left my full time 9 to 5 job to focus on my art full time. For those of you who don't know me, let me tell you a little bit about myself. As an artist, I do painting, fashion, and video. And I use ideas from fashion and punk culture as a means of aesthetic expression and resistance. I'm based in Texas, and I've shown my work all over the country. I've shown my work a bit internationally, and I've just been kind of doing my thing for the past few years. Now, for you artists out there, I want to say that quitting your day job to do art full time is not the be all end all. And having a full time job separate from your art does not invalidate your status as an artist. In fact, some artists would rather keep a day job because then you don't have to put pressure on your art or your art practice to generate money. And also the term full-time artist carries a lot of weight, but what does it really mean? And it can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. It could mean that you make enough money from your art to support yourself and pay for all your bills, and that's great. Or it could mean that you make little to no money from your art, but you have financial support somewhere else. It could be a combination of those two things. And it really is just different for everybody. I tried several years ago to do the full-time artist thing, and I was able to sell paintings, but it was really a struggle to get through those gaps when I wasn't selling any paintings and I just wasn't generating enough money, and it was a struggle to pay my bills and all that. So it really just wasn't working out for me. So I've kept a job I've kept a full-time day job for most of my adult life because I needed the money, I needed the insurance, and I liked that stability of having a full-time job. But all that energy that I was putting into that day job, I wanted to put that into my own stuff, and it was really hard to do that because I just didn't have enough time. And after I finished my day job, I would just be too tired, and I would just feel so bogged down. So it was difficult to end my day at work and then come home and start fresh on my artwork for that day. But I just kept pushing through. And one question that I get a lot is, so are you full time? Are you a full time artist? Are you full time yet? And the way I would answer that question is yes. Even though I have a separate day job, I'm still a full time artist too, because my art practice still needs that much time. Even if I wasn't able to give my art 8 hours a day, on a work day, I still consider that full time. Surprisingly, I started to get a lot busier with my art at the start of the coronavirus pandemic. It started about April of 2020 when I was invited to be a part of a group show at Copland Del Rio, which is a gallery in Seattle. And then later I was invited to be in a show at Unit London. I got some licensing opportunities, and I even eventually got representation for my artwork. I knew it was time to quit my day job when the amount of art related work that I had to do exceeded the time that I had left after work, when I got done from work with my day job. Plus, I was starting to see that the little amount of money I was making at my day job, I could make the same thing with my artwork and even more if I just had the time to dedicate to it. So I did it. I quit. And, I've always fantasized about that day when I would finally quit my day job and then go and focus on my art. I had dreamed of making that leap and what it would feel like. And I imagined that it would be such a relief and such a breath of fresh air. And I thought that at the time when I did this, that I would feel like everything is set But the reality is, my stomach is in knots. I'm very happy that my art career is growing, but I'm also coping with a lot of anxiety associated with that. I feel naked. I feel very exposed. I feel even more sensitive about my artwork. And a while back, shortly after I quit my day job, someone saw my work and made some comments and suggestions about it, and nothing bad at all. But I don't know, something about it bothered me, and I felt these negative feelings, and I tried to ignore the feelings, and they started to fester, and I was super depressed for like 2 weeks, and I'm just constantly having to tackle and work through that feeling of inadequacy that creeps up sometimes. My solution for this, other than therapy, is just to work through it, because in the past, when I would start to feel down, I wasn't making any art because I didn't feel like making any art. I didn't feel up to it. But I think it would be better for me to at least to try to make art through these times that feel dark for me. I think it's going to be best for me just to work through it, because then at least at the end I can look back and see all this work that I've done, during that period of time. As soon as I quit my day job, that time slot immediately got filled up with art related stuff, and I'm really happy about that. And it confirmed to me that the timing is right. I have a lot of projects coming up, and these are all opportunities that have fallen in my lap, and I'm really grateful for that. But for the future, I want to work on steering the ship more, instead of just reacting to opportunities that are presented to me. I have a lot of commitments coming up, and so I don't have a lot of time to experiment or just create art for fun, or just create stuff that may never see the light of day, and that's something that I really need. So moving forward, I want to keep more space for that, and I'm going to be more proactive in shaping my art career, and therefore more proactive in shaping my life. For any artists that are out there listening, if you have a day job, what are some things that you did to help you find fulfillment through your art as well? And if you don't have a day job and you just focus on your art, what are some things you did to help shape your career to go in the direction that you wanted to go? If you have anything to say about that, leave me a comment. I'm also pretty active on Instagram. I post things I have coming up, what I'm working on. So please follow me there. I'm at Dawn Okoro. And also follow me on Twitter and TikTok, and those handles are on the screen. Be sure to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching Life and Art. I'm Dawn Okoro. See you next time.